Hi guys, welcome back to the Marijuaneras podcast. We're your hosts, Brandy
and Jojo. Welcome back to another spooky episode of our Halloween special this month. As you can tell, we're dressed up like your boo. Your what the hell was that? We have our twin in the back, so we're a throuple today. That's our other host. And this episode is gonna be about spooky shit.
Yeah, we're gonna be telling ghost stories, anything paranormal. We're gonna be scared as shit because my paranoid ass, I'm gonna be faded like
literally.
Oh,
I'm already a little scared.
Yeah, me too. I'm like, fuck. I'm gonna be retriggered. I'm gonna just re-trigger myself for views.
I'm literally by the end of this episode, I'm gonna start seeing like dead people and shit. I'm gonna be like,
for real, I'm gonna be like, no.
It's just in your head, Brandy. It's just in your head, Brandy. It's just in your head. We're gonna be scared of ourselves. I'm gonna look into the mirror and think I'm dead. But yes, so we're excited for this episode. We're going to be talking about our personal experiences with the paranormal and a few of your stories.
Yeah.
Because we asked in the last episode. We're going to smoke right now. We're going to be smoking the rest of my Lolo weed. Actually, it's not the rest. We're not going to smoke that much. But this is from That's What She Said, 28% THC. It's hybrid. Ooh. So we're gonna smoke this right now. We have our little piece, and we will see you when we're fucking zooted.
Yeah.
You know, she puts that on after she smoked, right? And I didn't realize it. I didn't connect the dots until I got older. You could still smell a hint of weed in the back. You know, like incense doesn't cover everything.
Yeah, it does not.
But like. Yeah, so it always smelled dank mixed with like a little fucking lavender and shit.
So we're back and we're faded.
Yeah, we probably packed like 4 or 5 bowls.
Yeah, I'm pretty zooted now.
I think I smoked a little bit more than Brandy.
Yeah, I had to take a break.
She took a break, but then she was like, "Can I get another one?" I was like, "Go ahead, light that shit up." My bag's still like pretty full, so I'm like. Oh, wait, is it? Yeah, it's like halfway full. So I'm like, we could smoke a lot until that shit's done, you know? Because I need new weed. But it's good. That's What She Said is so good.
It is really good.
And that is what she said.
Purr. Okay. So today we're going to talk about ghost stories. Yeah. I'm so excited. I'm so fucking scared, though. Like, for real. Oh, I'm scared. Y'all scared? Y'all not nervous about it?
Y'all scared? Y'all nervous? Something's gonna happen. The Evil Dead's gonna happen right now.
Okay.
Yeah, we asked our Instagram followers, like, the main question. And the main question is, do you believe in ghosts? Do you believe in ghosts, Brandy?
I do, because I've seen them.
Oh my God.
Like, bitch, how am I not gonna believe it when I saw it with my own 2 eyes?
Our audience, do you guys believe in ghosts?
Yes. Fuck yeah.
Okay, Jasmine says yes. Darlene? Hell yeah.
Hell yeah. Doomy says yes. Doomy seen some shit. Yeah. I've seen some shit. Bro. And I have lived through this shit. Like, I feel like if you don't believe in ghosts, you don't believe in anything. Because there's no way. How you gonna believe in, I don't want to get canceled, but how you gonna believe like in God or like the afterlife?
Not fucking atheist agenda.
If you don't believe in ghosts, you know? Because it's like, that alone is paranormal.
Yeah,
like
fucking
Jesus
God is a ghost.
He resurrected from the dead.
Jesus.
Well, he's a zombie technically.
Yeah, like what the fuck, bitch? Like, I ain't never seen no Jesus. So how you gonna tell me if I seen an actual ghost when I have?
Yeah, dude. You want to go first and tell us your story?
Yes. Okay. So I have a couple, but like I feel like I'm gonna tell you the craziest one first, and then you can go. But I was living in South Central. I was living on Broadway and 43rd, and I was like probably 9 years old. And my homegirls were sleeping over, and my parents' room was like in the back of the house, and the doorknob was kind of like one of those doorknobs that you have to really turn to open. And it like clicked, and then it went and it opened, right? So, and to close it, it's the same deal. Like, it's pretty hard to close. Like, you have to like slam that shit low key. So my parents had left for the night. and me and my homegirls were like doing our little fuck shit. We like had made ramen or whatever, and we were sitting in my living room watching like alien videos. Like we're watching some like Area 51 shit.
Love that.
And then we're laughing like ha 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 ha. No, low-key, the door, I had closed it. That's an important part. So I went into my parents' room to get something, and then I closed the door, and like I said, I had to slam it. So I went back with my friends. We were laughing, kikiing, and then I hear the door fucking like open, and you could hear it go like and it goes like all slow, and me and my homegirls go and it's like dead silent, and we're like, what the fuck was that? And then my friend was like, Brandy, go see. And I was like, bitch, I'm not gonna go see. Let's go. Let's go. What the fuck? Mm-hmm. And then I get up to go into the room, and tell me why, like, it just felt different in there. Like, the air was, like, cold. Like, I went into the whole room, and they had, like, a weird, like, extra big-ass walk-in closet restroom combo in there. And I'm walking through, and it just feels like someone... It felt like the room was full of people. Like, if there was, like, a fucking congregation and shit. And I was being watched at all fucking angles. And I was like, what the fuck? And then it was just fucking weird. And that was, like, the first time that I ever experienced, like, very, like, eerie shit like that. Like, the door fucking opened. And I was like, who the fuck is there? Because, like, you really have to open that door. I was tripping out.
It wasn't the wind?
Yeah. No. No. And then that was just fucking scary. And then me and my homegirls were scared for the rest of the night, because we were just sleeping like oh my god, there's someone here. Because my parents weren't there, like, they weren't coming back. They left us alone. CPS, they left us alone.
CPS.
And my brothers weren't even there. My brothers weren't there. They were probably doing some hood rat shit, but like, we were just there, like, fucking 9-10-year-olds, like, fucking scared as fuck, eating our ramen, watching aliens and shit. But yeah, that was pretty scary.
How old were you?
I was like 9.
It's a good year.
Yeah.
Let's see. What's my spooky story? You know, once upon a time... No, I'm just kidding.
Once upon a time...
I was a hoe.
Hey, and I'm admitting it.
Copyright flag. Okay, so my parents are like divorced, or they never married, but they're split up. And so I lived majority of the time with my mom. But my dad, there was a point where he bought his own like condo, and it was back when it was just me and him without my little brother and his new wife and whatever. So he got us this condo, and I had my own room for the first time ever. It was my own room. And it was in Rose Hills in Whittier.
Oh.
And my room was facing a cemetery. Biggest red flag ever. Like, why is my room facing the cemetery? I'm like, that's scary. But I was only there like every weekend, so I wasn't there all the time. He slept there all the time. But when I'd come over the weekends, I never slept in my room. I never did. And I don't know if maybe I was like a bitch about it.
Yeah.
But there was something about that room. Like, I played my Barbies and shit there, but like I could never sleep there. Like, at night I didn't fuck with it. And then one time I was playing with my Barbies, and I remember this so vividly, like to this day, that I was playing with my Barbies, and from my peripheral vision I see a little boy. He looks like the motherfucking Grudge, like exactly like that little boy. You know what I'm talking about, right? And like, I just remember him like sitting there and like just staring at me playing. And like, I told my dad about it. He's like, you're just like imagining stuff. Like, I sleep here every day, like, and I was like, I swear to God, like, I saw a kid just staring at me. And like, I never slept in that room. Like, I couldn't, like, there's no fucking way. And I was probably like in elementary school when that happened. But yeah, that was like a very close encounter with a ghost, like actually like seeing a vision. Ghost. And then I have another story, and it was probably like a year or two ago when I was working at AMC. And this one I'll never forget too. And it's the ones that like stay with me because I see them, you know, like it's not like just like a little, maybe it was, it's like I'm seeing this shit. And so yeah, it was 2 years ago. I was working at AMC, and I was the one, fuck, I forgot what it's called, but I was the one doing the tickets.
Oh, okay.
So I was there, and this lady walks in, and she's like holding this like toddler's hand. He's probably like maybe like 3 or 4 years old. She's like holding his hand, and they're walking by me, and I like click her tickets, and it's like a rated R movie, and I was like, oh my god, ma'am, I was like, I'm so sorry, but like you can't go in. And she was like, oh, like why not? And I was like, oh, like your son. And she's like, what are you talking about? And then I like look around her, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, I'm so sorry. I felt so embarrassed. I was like bitch, I'm not getting any sleep. I was like, I'm so sorry. I was like, I don't know, like I just swear like I saw like a little kid with you. And then she was like, are you serious? And she like looked like behind her like scared, and I was like, oh, like I was like, it's probably just my like fucking vision or something. But then she was like, Brandy, I kid you not, this fucking happened. You call me delusional, but this shit fucking happened. She was like, that's like so like interesting to hear that you say that, because like I lost my like kid. She fucking said that, dude. And she's all like, she told me, she's like, and you just like made my night, because now I know that he's with me, like a little boy, dude. Like, what are the fucking odds? Like, I was like, this isn't real life. I couldn't get over that, because I was like, that literally happened, dude. And I was like, that's so scary, like, but I was like, but that's so like, I could feel that it made her like really like happy to know that her son was with her, like in a way that he never left. He's literally accompanying her to go see a movie, like a little boy. And that was a heartwarming ghost story.
Jojo bringing families back together.
I'm the ghost whisperer, or whatever.
God, dude, that's so crazy.
Yeah, dude.
Those stories really get me, because it's like, don't tell me she's gonna say that was her son. I already thought. Oh my god, it's gonna be her son. He probably died. Oh.
No, but it was dead ass like that, and I was like, that's. Dude. It's insane to me. And I told my dad about it, and he's like, but then that's what it's like, you're dumb, because you didn't believe me when I was a kid, but now that I tell you, like, I've experienced shit like this, he's like, oh yeah, I believe it. He's like, your grandpa has like this sixth sense, you might have it too, or some shit like that. But it's only sometimes that I experience weird shit like that. Yeah. Like one time I saw this old man at the like top of my staircase staring and smiling at me. And, like, I was so fucking scared. And he waved at me. And I was like, okay. And then I walked in my apartment. And I told my mom, I was like, there's this creepy-ass, ugly-ass old man staring at me at the top of the stairs. And then she's like, I don't think anyone, like that lives upstairs. And it's like, you need a key to enter the building. So it's like, I've never seen that man again. Like, ever. And I was like, what? Like, he was crouched down, like think about like in the Grudge movie where the little kid's like holding like the staircase and he's just like smiling. He looked like that, dude, and he waved at me, smiling, creepy, looking like a fucking demon. And I was like, anyways, and I went into my apartment and I told my mom right away, like, there's this creepy man upstairs.
Oh my god.
Never saw that fool again. What the fuck?
Let me tell you. Okay, so like, that's fucking weird. I hate that. I
love how I like gave like a good story and then I'm like, let me ruin it real quick.
Oh my god, I hate that. It's scary. Okay, so let me tell you another one. I have like fucking 30. Okay, so should I tell a scary one or should I tell one that's like kind of heartfelt? Like
put a heartfelt one right
okay now. So like 6 years ago my grandma passed, and me and her were very, very close, like super fucking close. And she lived in Guatemala for like the last, I was 17 when she passed, and she left when I was like 10 years old. So she was in Guatemala the last 7 years of her life. And so I never saw her past the time that I was 10. And when she passed, I remember the day so vividly because it was so weird. So I wake up and I go to the restroom, and like I enter my living room, and the smell inside of the living room smelled exactly like my grandma, like to the T. Like I was like what the fuck? It literally smells like. Okay, so my grandma used to wear Jergens cherry almond lotion. and she would tap her body with like rubbing alcohol. So she smelled like alcohol
mixed with that.
And mixed with that lotion. But that lotion was so strong. Like, it was like, back in the day, I don't know what the fuck they put in it, but that shit was strong.
Maybe the alcohol exemplified it.
Yeah, I don't know. But it was like, I smelled it in the whole room, and my nose, like, low-key kind of burned from, like, the alcohol scent. I was like, whoa, like, what the fuck? And then I go to the restroom, and I'm on my phone, and I see a lot of people talking about my grandma. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what's going on? But I never, like, saw Rest in Peace or, like Angelito or something like that. I never saw it. I just saw my grandma. And then I go to my room, and my friends are sleeping over, and my brother calls me, and I'm like, hey, what's up? Like, what's up with you? And he's like, hey, did mom call you? And he's like all worried and shit. And I was like, no, why? And he was like, oh, I'll just let her call you. And I was like, what's wrong? And he's like, I'll just let her call you. And I was like, okay. Then my mom calls me, and she's like, hey, mama, like, how are you? I was like, hey, mom, what's up? Like, Rennie called me. Is everything okay? And she's like, mama, like, your grandma died. And I was like, what? And she's like, yeah, she just died like 5 minutes ago. Like, she's dead. And I was like, what do you mean? And then she was like, yeah, she's dead. And then I like started to break down, and I was like, dude, I literally just smelled her 5 minutes ago. Like, she visited me. And that shit was crazy. I was like, what the fuck? It was like the most intense feeling in the room, because it, like, the whole energy shifted. Like, I was all modorra, like, walking out of my room, and then, like, I literally perked up, and I was like, what? Like, it smells like my grandma. And she's visited me like multiple times. Another one is like, whenever my mom would go on like trips or whatever, and she'd leave me home alone, in my mom's room, her TV would turn on loud as fuck. What was that?
What?
What you said?
Because of to your story.
No, but the TV would turn on.
You're scaring your own self.
I'm already
it's your own story.
So the TV would turn on loud, like really loud in my mom's room, and it would always be on Univision. And my mom never watched Spanish TV, and they're only in our living room. And I'd be like, what the fuck? And I would notice, because it would always turn on, and it scared the fuck out of me. And I'd be like, what the fuck is that? And then I'd go, and then I'd go turn it off. And it would happen every time my mom wouldn't be there. And then I started to notice a pattern. Like, every time my mom wasn't there, the TV would turn on, and it would always be Univision, and that was the only channel my grandma would watch.
She wants to watch her telenovelas, bro.
Yeah,
even after death.
Dude, it's crazy. But yeah, my grandma visits me all the time. She hasn't visited me in a while, but
I wonder if she thinks it's like, oh, like you're just fine. You don't need her right now. That's good.
Because she would usually just visit when I was by myself. Yeah, and it would be comforting. I'd be like, hey, grandma, what's up?
Oh,
yeah,
that's a nice story. I would like to think about death like that. Like, I don't like how in the movies, well, I mean, I don't know, everyone has different opinions on like the afterlife, but I would love to believe that you have the option to leave and come back whenever you want. Like the whole doing like, oh, I need to, like, I don't know, solve something to like make my life fulfilled, and then I could leave and never come back. It's like, why? I would love to like come and see my family, or like go to McDonald's, haunt some bitches,
haunt some bitches,
haunt people that hated me. You know, like I don't know. But then some people are like I remember I was talking to my coworker, and they were saying how like they're scared of death because they're scared of like if they do believe in like heaven, like being there for eternity. She's like, eternity scares me. Like I want to just let my soul rest, like literally cease to exist. Yeah. And some people just want that. Yeah. But what would you want if you were to like become a ghost?
I feel like I'd be alright with an eternity of like fucking shit up. Like not saying I'm gonna go to hell, but I know I'm gonna go to hell. And that sounds kind of fun.
I know I'm not gonna go to hell, but I'm gonna go to
hell. I'm gonna be a big ass bully. I'm gonna be like, where the fuck is the bitch that killed this bitch, this bitch, this bitch, this bitch? I'm gonna be like, where the fuck are the founding fathers? Because I'm ready to square the fuck up.
You said,
where the fuck is Christopher Columbus? Because send him my way. I'm gonna kill him every day for the rest of his fucking life. I'm gonna be in that bitch giving reparations to all these motherfucking ghetto ass bitches who thought ruining the world was fucking okay. Yeah. That's what the fuck I'm gonna do. I'm gonna get revenge.
What a hero.
Yeah.
Maybe that will like help you get to heaven. Yeah. But would you want to go up there?
Probably not. Sounds kind of boring. Like, what the fuck am I gonna do?
You don't even know what's up
Bible
there.
Study every day? Like,
I could be bored of something you've never even been to.
I just feel like heaven vibes are like nerd vibes. I can't.
Stop.
If you go to heaven, you're a fucking nerd. You didn't do shit.
No, you're being like anyone that's in heaven, y'all fucking nerds.
Y'all fucking nerds.
Stop.
And I feel like heaven got a lot of straight people, and like none of my gay ass fucking allies are up there. Like too many straight
Well, technically,
people.
if we're gay, we're automatically.
That's
going
what I'm
to hell,
saying.
so.
Why the fuck would I go somewhere where there's no gay people? No. Absolutely.
What
not.
kind of world is that? What kind of world?
A fucking boring ass world.
I guess, just a bunch of
Heteronormative
squares.
ass world.
Just a bunch of squares up in here. Well, those are interesting stories. Now tell me a scary one.
A scary one? Okay. So I was living in Koreatown and I was doing my makeup and I kept feeling like okay, so let me set the scene. My mirror was like this against the wall, and then you could see a hallway behind me. Like you could see my room behind me, and then in that room area, I had a mueble, like a little dresser with like flowers on it, like something cute. So I was doing my makeup in that mirror, and I kept feeling like someone was there with me. And I feel like with me, my ghost experiences are very much like feelings. Like the room changes, I could feel temperature drops, I could smell shit, like my intuition's telling me that someone's watching me. Like I get all tingly and shit, like fucking Spider-Man tingles and shit. And so I kept looking back into the mirror, like who's there? Like I kept feeling like it was back here, and nothing. And I just kept looking back and looking back and looking back until I don't know what it was. I was doing my eyeliner and I like rolled my eye and I saw this little ass girl sitting on my dresser, like kicking her legs like that, and she had like a little sunflower like patterned dress. And she was just looking at me like do my makeup, like kind of like watching, like entertained. And I was like,
I would
what
throw
the
hands.
fuck? I was like, what? And I turned around and she wasn't there, but then I looked in the mirror and she was there.
Shut the fuck up.
I did that. I did
That's
a double
scary.
take, and I was like,
What is she doing? Why
she was just sitting there. She was just sitting there. And then I was like, I didn't feel any ominous like energy,
Like
because if I was scared, I would have been like talking shit, like, bitch, get the fuck out of here, like, who invited you, like, get out, like, you're not allowed in here. But she was just chilling, so I was like, all right. And then she ended up leaving. I never saw her again. She was probably just passing through the neighborhood,
Just vibing. She wanted to see what you were up to.
yeah. She's like, this bitch kind of fine, let me look at her. She's doing her
She was
makeup
a little gay too.
Yeah, she's gonna hell with me. We're gonna fuck shit up in hell together.
Stop.
Let me see her do her
fucking
makeup.
dumb. Maybe I'll see that bitch again.
Something. Maybe
I'll
go
tell
to
her to hit me
Sephora
up later.
steal. Nah, that one was scary because I was like, I literally did a double take and I was like, who's watching me?
Oh my god.
And I didn't see her until I turned back.
It's scary. So we asked our Instagram followers as well if they believe in, you know, ghosts. Everyone said yes. We got no responses that said no. Good. We know who our fucking audience is. And so we asked if any of them had like any paranormal like stories as well, and a few people did say something, so I'm gonna read their stories and we'll react to it. So somebody said, I was taking a nap once in high school and I deadass felt someone climb onto my bed. Ooh, that's scary.
I've had that before. Not fun.
What happened?
I was sleeping. Okay, look. I was sleeping. My mom was leaving to a trip the next day at 5 a.m. to get on a cruise. So I was expecting my mom either to wake me up, say bye or whatever, but it was too early. Like, she was just gonna dip. I knew I wasn't gonna see her in the morning. And then out of nowhere, I feel a big ass slap on my ass, like kind of like a wake up kind of smack. And then I was like, Mom? Like, I literally woke up and I was like, Mom? And then I look at the phone and it's noon already.
So she was gone.
She was gone. And I like literally was like, because I literally heard it and everything. I was like, boom. And I was like, I literally, it was scary. I was like, no. And it was in my bed. That's such a disrespectful ass thing, because it's like, bitch, I was comfy and you're just disturbing my peace.
Yeah, that's
and
what
shit.
was like kinky or something.
And I feel like it was old man energy. Like, now that I look back at it, I'm like, this old man wanted some booty.
That's fucking disgusting. Old man
I felt
energy.
like an old man vibe, like a nasty old fucking fart. Ugh.
I love that. Oh my god, you know, that reminded me of her story reminded me of Ghostbusters. Have you ever seen Ghostbusters?
Not enough to like remember it.
Well, there's this random ass scene. I don't even, technically it's a kids movie. Like, it's supposed, I mean, it might not be a kids movie, but like a lot of kids watched it. I did as a kid.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll always remember the scene where he literally fucks a ghost. He literally gets head by a ghost.
Oh my god.
Like,
yeah.
they show him laying in the bed and like something sliding in, and you see like the basically the shape of a head like entering like under his sheet, and he's laying there, and then like you hear like the zipper sound, and then like the ghost is literally giving that fool head. And they kept that in the movie, and I saw that as a kid, and I'm like, oh, so y'all can fuck ghosts.
Oh, you're like, let me.
Okay. Like, what the fuck?
That's weird. A succubus or what?
Huh?
Or like a succubus? You know, like a succubus is like a demon that fucks you in your sleep and shit.
That exists?
Mm-hmm.
Yo.
I remember it reminded me.
How do I contact one?
You're like, who
do I call for that?
No, okay, so that reminded me of this episode of Ghost Adventures where Zach, he's like, I'm gonna try to seduce a succubus in this hotel we're staying at tonight. We're staying the night, and I'm gonna try to get a succubus to like fuck me, basically. So this was laying in bed, and he's like, hello, succubus. Like, I'm here.
Suck my dick.
Like, just want to let you know that you can do whatever you want. Like, he's like, there's no one stopping you. There's nothing. Basically, like, taunting her and, like, trying to seduce the succubus. And I was like, I really wanted to see him get fucked by a succubus.
They would not show that on TV.
I was like, don't fucking tell me something's just going to whip his fucking dick out and, like, go ham on it.
That's what I'll be doing when I'm dead, trying to fuck Zach, because Zach is hot.
He
gives me
I can't. He's not that hot, but he was hot.
He's a one white guy I would fuck. Like, there's just something about him. And I don't know if you remember in the earlier seasons, I think he's not in anymore. Nick could get it too.
Nick was
he was like a cameraman, but I think who?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, right? Yeah, he could get it too. Both of them could get it. Mm-hmm. I'm down for a threesome. Spooky and a ghost and an incubus or whatever the fuck. Okay, so someone else said, ghosts used to mess with me as a kid. Yeah, I feel like ghosts do that.
Yeah,
I feel like they target like younger people.
They do.
And definitely like they taunt animals. The fact that animals could see that shit too.
In movies.
They be what?
Killing them.
Oh my god.
They're like the first ones to go.
Like an Evil Dead. How dare they? I wonder if it's because it's, in a way, they're like protectors.
Yeah, they're like kind of exposing them because they bark at them and shit. Yeah.
R.I.P. the doggies and the kitties.
Oh.
But that's scary. That sucks that they messed with you as a kid. I got messed with. I feel like it's very like psychological as well. Like sometimes like in movies as well. Like sometimes they don't even have to fucking touch you to like affect you like that. Like
they just
one time
for the rest of your life and shit.
Yeah, like one time I was sleeping, and I was just chilling in bed, and then literally the bed shook. Like someone like and it wasn't like earthquake shook. It was like aggressively like mad shook. And I was like, what? And I thought it was my dog like under the bed or something, but she was sleeping right next to me, and it was like 3 a.m. on the dot. And I was like, that shit was a motherfucking demon.
If I felt something shake my bed, bitch, I'm swinging. Bitch,
I'm no one around.
Bitch,
I was so scared. I was like, I don't even want to go to sleep. Go under my covers.
No. You need to go.
Not here.
Not here.
Oh, that's so scary.
That is scary.
And the thing is that you can't throw hands. What are you gonna do? It'd go right through them. Okay, here's another one. Someone said, there used to be a little girl who would haunt my older sisters when I was growing up. And I was like, oh my God, tell me more. I want to hear this story. So she did. This is how it goes. So like growing up, my sisters would get haunted by this little girl. Like, they would wake up with scratches of, like, letters or something. And then, eventually, shit became too much. We would hear chairs from the dinner table move. Their microwave would go on and out of nowhere. And, like, sometimes the TV would be on with just static. So it was scary to be alone. Bitch, is she telling me the Poltergeist movie? Oh. Like, this bitch better not be lying to me.
What?
And she says, eventually my mom got a priest to bless this place, and the little girl went away. Years later, I saw the same little girl sitting on the stairs while I was washing dishes. Ugh. She had long black hair and had a white dress on. I remember telling her, don't do anything to me, just chill there.
What?
And she did, LMFAO. Afterwards, my mom called the priest again to throw some more holy water, and she went away.
Oh my god, that's so scary. I would have squared up with that little bitch. Like, bitch, you'll be scaring me like that.
But then she's like, yo, just chill.
Just chill.
I'll let you fucking
because
vibe.
it's for real. You'll have to just talk to them.
Yeah.
And be like, you're not allowed here. Get the fuck out.
Yeah.
And they will.
And they will. And they'll listen to you.
They'll listen.
I'm like, if you want to stay, you gotta pay rent.
Unless they're a fucking demon. Demons don't give a fuck. They're like, bitch, you really think I'm not gonna possess your ass? Try it. And
y'all can fucking try to get me. Oh my god. But that is very scary. I don't know what I would do. Like, what kind of priests would you call in these situations?
Bitch, I don't know no priests.
I mean, because I know all priests don't do like exorcism and stuff. Like,
yeah.
I mean, can you just go to any church and be like, yo, I gotta go do something?
I'm going to the Vatican.
You're gonna go all the way to the Vatican?
Bitch, I'll go to Italy.
But who do you talk to when you get there?
The Pope.
The Pope? How you think it's that easy to talk to the Pope, bitch? You're like, I just walk in and I talk to the Pope. And I tell him I gotta go to my apartment. He's gonna be like, okay, Anne.
Oh, what a bitch. Why is the Pope fucking famous?
Because he's
That's just ridiculous to me. People will like literally throw panties at the Pope and shit, acting like he's Michael Jackson.
They throw panties at him? Who? I've never seen that. Since when?
Fucking sinners, bitch.
I heard that the Pope said that. He basically said it's okay if you're gay now. And people were against him, but some people were like, okay, liberal.
I know, they're like, fuck the Pope.
Yeah.
And it's like, man, fuck you.
Let him
the
do
Pope
what
going to hell with me.
Literally.
Maybe the Pope a little gay. So what?
What the fuck? What else were we talking about? Fucking I can't fucking read.
No. Are y'all Catholic or Christian or Buddhist or what? Let us know.
Or who? What the fuck?
Mormons?
Me and Brandy went to the liquor store to get some munchies, and we're talking about like, what were we gonna talk about? I brought it up. I was like, how about like haunted places? And it's because my mom actually gave me this idea. She was saying how like she was like, oh, there's a rumor right now spreading, because she's a teacher. She said there's a rumor that's spreading in her job that the kids are spreading, saying that their school used to be an Indian like burial ground. And I laughed and I was like, bro, they said that about my elementary school, they said that about my high school, they say that about everywhere. And I was like, is this just like this fucking rumor that someone starts in every fucking school? Dude, or were they actually all burials? I mean, it's
mine was they always said ours was a burial ground too, and I was like, what? Where, bitch? We're in the middle of fucking Koreatown. The fuck?
A burial? The fucking Koreatown?
A burial ground on fucking Arlington and Pico, bitch. Okay. The fuck? Imagine.
You get some Indians up in there, like, what the fuck? Like, what do you think? Like, oh my god, kids were so funny. And then Brandy was mentioning how like kids would do fucking Bloody Mary. I remembered that. I had a big mirror just like in Brandy's school, and people would literally do Bloody Mary there. Like, where the fuck was the supervision?
Dude,
like,
we would lock a bitch.
Where the fuck was the supervision?
This was when in middle school, elementary, we had this one restroom that was like alejado, like it was far, like away from everything. And we would like, no one liked to go in that restroom, and people would always turn the lights off in the girls' restroom because we had a big ass mirror, and the mirror had like those splotches. They say that ghosts live in the splotches of the mirror or whatever. Like the more splotches they have, the older and more haunted it is. So it had those weird markings on it. And everybody swore if you locked yourself in there, you were gonna get eaten by Bloody Mary or some shit. So people would like go in there and like prank their friends and like push them into the stalls, turn off the lights, and lock the door.
What a dick.
And then they would be like, ah, let me out, let me out, let me out.
Oh my god.
And they'd be like, do Bloody Mary. And I was like, kids are fucking mean.
Oh my god.
They knew not to do that shit with me.
Is the Bloody Mary like technically La Llorona?
No, she's different.
she's
the
white
white because
bitch
she like
version?
killed herself in the restroom or something.
Oh,
and now
that's
she
why
haunts
it's in
everyone.
the restroom.
Yeah.
Oh.
And then you'll see her in the background with like slit wrists and shit. And like a slit throat and all this shit.
You know what? It reminds me of like in that same restroom with the Bloody Mary. It's like it's always like a little trend moment where everyone's into it. And I remember I was in the restroom and there was a group of girls and they were like talking about doing that and shit. And then one of them, I remember this so vividly because I was fucking scared. One of them, I don't know if she was pretending to or she got something, but it looked like she was possessed. Like she starts like screaming and saying like that the devil's inside of her. And keep in mind we're in elementary school.
Yeah.
And they had just we're talking about Bloody Mary, so I'm like, maybe this bitch is fucking around.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like as a kid, I don't fucking know. Like her scream sounded so genuine. Like,
oh my god.
Like something was inside of her. And I remember people having to go get help and like take her out of the restroom because she was like hitting herself and like screaming and shit.
Oh my god, that's
and it
scary.
was so scary because it's like with that whole Slender Man thing. Like 2 girls actually like killed someone because of this fucking fake creature. You know?
That's weird.
But it's like kids, man. You're right. Kids are
and
so
like
fucking
Momo.
mean.
Like Momo now.
Who?
Momo.
Ew, that little bitch was scary. Ew,
Momo.
dude, there was like piñatas and shit. People were throwing birthdays of that fucking dude.
Ew, I
Like,
can't stand her. She looks like a
what is
scary
she?
Miranda Cosgrove.
Wow, you just said that bitch looks like Miranda Cosgrove. That's fucked up, Brandy.
Fucking weird.
I saw Miranda Cosgrove last time.
She looks weird.
I saw her at the Haunted Hayride, and she was with Jeanette McCurdy.
Oh my god.
And I was like, oh my god, y'all legends.
Huh.
And she was like, thanks, bye.
I was in an elevator once with Emily Osment.
From Hannah Montana?
Yeah.
Lit. What'd you say? Oh my god, you know what movie she comes out in that I love?
What?
Guess.
Unfriended.
Yes! Wait, is it?
Wait, it's like one of the like cyberbullying.
The one where she like is depressed.
Cyberbullying. Yes.
I used to be like, she's the main character. Like that whole like dramatic scene. I was like, it held me by choke throat because Sia's song comes out in the background. It's like "Don't Breathe." That's the song, and I remember listening to it as a high school kid, thinking my life was as depressing. Little do I know, I actually got depressed in college. That's what happens when you romanticize depressing movies. It actually hits you later on in life.
Bro, that's me. I was so depressed in college. Fuck college.
Yeah, dude.
What was I gonna say?
College was something else. I mean, I'm still in it, but I'm not depressed anymore, you know?
Yeah.
I'm not letting that shit drag me to hell.
Purr.
But yeah, so we're talking about haunted places, and I also told Brandy that I stayed at the Queen Mary once for a wedding. And if you don't know about the Queen Mary is a ship that is parked in Long Beach, and that shit's motherfucking haunted. I think people were like, a disease was on the boat or something, right? And it like killed a lot of people.
And a lot of people died in the boiler room, got crushed by machinery, like fucked up, drowned
Murders.
in the pools, murders.
Like it was
a warship at one point.
A warship?
Sure. Warship.
Oh.
People died in that shit.
Oh yeah.
And they also have a submarine.
What the fuck?
That's partly haunted.
You could take like you could take tours and shit, and they take you like to the spooky rooms. That's actually interesting. I did that. And when you take pictures, there's like orbs everywhere. It's like so scary. And but I stayed a night there with my mom, and it was like, so we were staying there for a wedding, and then I remember one of the guests was like, oh my god, we stayed here probably like 3 days already, and that the girls are all getting ready in one room, and that they heard like a knock at the door, and like they're like, oh my god, the guys are like probably outside or something. And so they went to go open it, and like no one was there. The hallway was empty, and then they were like, oh, the guys are like playing like tricks on us or something, they're trying to prank us. But like, the guys were like really like, that wasn't us. But then me, when I stayed the night, I heard like that too, like knockings on the doors and like creaks and stuff. But the knock was like the loudest one, and it's just like, it just feels so cold in there, you know, like it's not even like I could fucking sleep comfortably here, you know. It was like, I'm scared I'm gonna like like I'm not sleeping alone tonight. No matter what, I don't think I'm sleeping alone. Like, that shit was scary. Would you ever stay like at a haunted place? Or
I would, but I feel like I would leave. Like leave? I wouldn't be able to sleep there.
Oh, like midway, you'd be like,
yeah, I'd be like, fuck this, I'm out. Because I feel like I'd just be so uncomfortable, and like, I'm too empathic for that. Like, I feel like I'd feel everyone's energy and like just be depressed. Cause like, nah, that's too much. I would take a tour though, because I've heard like a lot of things that like you could hear people walking around you, and like if you go to the pool you can sometimes hear like the water splash and like kids running around laughing and shit.
It's a really nice boat. Like, it reminds me a lot of like the Titanic and stuff. Like, it literally feels like you're probably on like history, you know. And they actually have like a haunted Queen Mary like maze thing that they have in October, and they have like, you know, mazes and shit. That's even like scary on its own, because it's like you're walking through actual fucking haunted places. And it's like, oh my god, that's so scary. Go scary. But
you know one place I want to go to that's haunted?
Which one?
I want to go to Calico, California, like Ghost Town, California.
Calico?
Yeah, it's called Calico.
What happens there?
It's like an old Midwestern abandoned town. Like in the middle of like, it's on the way to like Bakersfield and Vegas. And no, not Bakersfield, Barstow and Vegas, and it's called Calico Ghost Town, and that's just like a Midwestern town. There's like abandoned like Midwestern buildings. They have like little hotels now, but like you could go around, and they say like a lot of activities there, because it was that as like a bunch of cowboys and shit. And cowboys, I don't know, a lot of like Midwestern things are like haunted. That's weird, huh? These white people mad.
It's white people, yeah.
These white people want vengeance. For what? They probably were cursed by the natives to like stay here, and that's why they're so bitter.
Oh my god, I saw a show about that. There was like an episode, something about like the Native Americans placing a curse on like this town because there was like this big massacre or something, and like, I wouldn't fucking doubt it. White people always be messing into things that don't involve them, and they get bit in the butt, and then they're like, but why? And it's like, bitch, because you didn't mind your fucking business.
Exactly. Exactly. Fucking white ass bitch. Like, why are you fucking coming in here colonizing shit, not expecting any fucking smoke in return? Bitch, catch all this smoke.
Just like the Evil Dead, I keep referencing it because it's Brandy's favorite movie. But just like the Evil Dead, when that stupid ass white man starts reading a book that clearly says do not fucking read, and then he has the audacity to be like, I think I did something. Like, you
did, bitch? Of course you did. You with your white ass don't know how to mind your motherfucking business.
Like, y'all should just fucking do something. Go on Twitter or something.
Literally go vent and project somewhere else, because you trying to take over the world. Like, I don't even know how they got that far. Like, y'all didn't know shit. How did you get that far?
Who got that far?
White people. How did they end up being the world dominators? They're the weakest link.
I don't even know. Manipulation. You know? Manipulating. It's the fact that they truly believed they were superior over everybody to the point where they could. This just turned into something else.
We're like over here fucking bashing. Okay, anyway, they're fucking cursed, and that's why I want to go to Calico, because Calico's a cursed ass, haunted ass town, and I want to get scared.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What were you guys talking about? We were talking before we turned the cameras on. We were talking about, what is it? Duendes. Bro.
Fucking little leprechauns is still shit.
Okay, talk about that.
Okay,
I heard about the name before, but I've never like fully heard what the fuck they were.
So duendes are basically like little fucking leprechaun elf looking things, and they go around your house and misplace things, and it makes you go crazy. And sometimes they'll like steal it from you and not give it back, or they'll steal it and they'll put it in a random place, so it's like you went crazy looking for it, and then they like put it back and be like, look, it's right here.
Wow.
But they're fucking little mischievous ass little bitches, and I know I have like 3 duendes living in here because I stay losing shit. So say hi to my duendes.
That's scary. I don't want to say hi to them.
Aren't you also like not supposed to acknowledge?
Why? What happens?
They hear you.
Stop!
They're fucking listening right now.
But what happens?
And then they start fucking with your shit, and then you're like, yeah,
Oh.
here's my stuff.
Well, I don't live here, so.
No, that's fairies.
Oh,
Fairies, you're not supposed to say thank you.
Fairies?
They do nice stuff for you. Yeah, they supposedly do nice stuff for you, and like they'll leave it at your doorstep. And as soon as you acknowledge and you say thank you, you're kind of inviting them to your
Ew.
house. And you're allowing them to
What do fairies do?
do whatever the fuck that they want to do.
Go up your ass.
There was a whole thing on TikTok. Also, skinwalkers.
What the fuck is a skinwalker?
what are skinwalkers?
They can go into like dogs, like
Oh.
anybody. Yeah.
What is it?
But what are they?
Let me search up.
Oh my god. So there's duendes we gotta watch out for. There's
Where are you
leprechauns.
going?
There's fucking. Damia, tell us your story about a duende first.
Who, me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, actually, Mario.
Tell it in the microphone.
Okay.
Tell us your story about a duende.
Hey, so my friend, his name is Mario. Mario, if you're hearing this, I'm dead. So he was telling me about how like in Mexico, like his tío had, or his like great uncle or something had like horses in a barn, and every time he would wake up, he would see like little like trenzas on the horses' tails, like braids, and then he was like, "Who the fuck is doing that?" And then he like put a camera up, and like he saw them like standing on the
fuck up.
horses and feeding them and shit.
Ew.
And then yeah, like Mario's family talks about that all the time, because like I think like his tia that's close to him like saw the video and shit. So yeah, like that's like he really believes it. And then our friend Yaya, I love you, she like told us about how her tia, was it her tia or her grandma? I think it was like her grandma like captured one and like was helping her around the house and
Oh my god!
in Mexico.
Like in
I
fucking
promise.
Harry Potter?
Damn,
Like Dobby?
Damn, duendes cleaned up a bit.
Huh? Yeah, like
Oh, Dobby?
Dobby?
Dude,
Damn,
if
she
they're
got a
if y'all
house
are here,
elf.
you little ass bitches, clean up.
She put his ass to work. She's like, if you're gonna be fucking in my life, then fucking do something
Yeah,
good.
he was like grabbing her shit. She was like,
Oh.
dude, and then like, I swear that I had duendes at my old place because the cabinets were always like open, like left open. Either that or my room was a dumbass, but I think it was duendes. Like, and then, like my shit was always missing.
That's so
Always.
scary.
Always. I
Duende.
lost a shirt, my favorite shirt.
Oh yeah.
I feel like they knew that was my favorite shirt and they took it.
Yeah, they're like little bitches like that.
So they listen.
Text you.
That's scary.
Okay, be good.
Bye, Tom.
Bye, dog.
Love y'all.
Thanks for telling us your spooky story.
Skinwalkers are supposedly from they're a Native American legend, and they have the supernatural ability to turn into any animal and walks on all fours.
Oh.
There's this person on TikTok that like literally made a TikTok of her dog, and her dog was like, let me show you guys so you guys can have like a live reaction.
Oh, hell no.
Oh my god, skinwalkers.
That sounds
Not a
like a
motherfucking
demon.
skinwalker. Okay.
Putting a TikTok?
Yes. So we put my dog in the bathroom and acted like we left the house, and this is what we saw.
Put your animal inside. This, my friends, is a dog that's actually a skinwalker. Click the plus, drop a like, tag a friend, share with 3, or your animal may become a skinwalker. A woman lets her dog inside and notices that it's acting extremely strange. She pretends to leave the house, leaving the dog alone, or it thinks. And then she ends up meeting face to face with a skinwalker, or her dog. The dog opens the door with one hand while simultaneously poking its head out, noticing that the woman is there, then closes the door rapidly. She screams frantically and leaves the house. If that was me, I would just burn it down if I'm being honest. My question to you guys is your animal what you think it is?
Okay. Do me, I'll fuck you up if you're a skinwalker.
That's scary.
Can you imagine like walking in and just walking on
Ew.
Oh my god, I'd
would
be
you
like
do?
a fucking person. I'd be like, you're my fucking duende.
You're like, put your ass to work if you can
Put your
fucking
ass
walk.
to work. All you do is fucking shed all over my floor. You can't even broom.
Oh, she's looking at you. She's like, bitch, what?
Eso no vale.
Damn.
But
Do you
yeah,
believe in witches?
I do.
Do you have any
I feel like I
stories
was a
about
witch
witches?
in a past life.
Really?
But not really, because then I'd be a witch right now.
You could be.
I could be, but I just...
I feel like it runs in our blood.
Right? I feel
My
like-
aunt is a witch in Mexico, and I stayed with her. I stayed with her a few years ago, and I remember people coming into her house, you know, for to do tarot readings and shit. But then also someone came in, and I remember hearing her saying like, "Tráigame un pedazo de su cabello," and like, so I guess she was doing like fucking like witchcraft on this fool, this girl's like husband or whatever. And then I saw that my aunt has little fucking business cards of a little brujita on it.
Oh my god.
I saved one of those in case I need it.
I do not trust people that be asking for your piece of your hair. Like, bitch, what are you gonna do with it?
Witchcraft.
imagine your hair just falls off anyway.
Y'all bitches better not be stealing my hair.
Maybe.
That's scary. You know how like people be doing like fucking love spells and they like put period blood in all of their people's food and shit
Oh my god.
to like make them fall in love with them, like obsessed. And I'm like, why do you want a man that obsessed with you? Like, no.
Yeah. But they always say that like love spells and like always just like backfire. Like they
Yeah,
like
it's worse.
yeah, it's like obsessive. Like they'll
Yeah.
literally kill. To be with
Yeah,
you.
that's why. That's like the bad thing. It's like, girl, like, no, men are scary. I do not want one obsessed with me like that.
That's why people are like literally like don't mess with any of that shit because there's never fine print, you know,
Yeah.
like another fucking duende Rumpelstiltskin.
Oh,
I forgot the story, but like he stole the fucking kid or something because that
Bruh.
bitch didn't read the fine print. Like,
yeah.
oh, I think she couldn't have kids, right? And then he said like, oh, like I'll make you have kids or something. And then he's like, bitch, the kid's mine. And it's like, what the? He's like, oh, well, what do you think I was gonna give you a free baby? Like, that's the thing. Like, you always gotta pay attention. Don't do the Ouija
Yeah.
board. Don't do anything that you don't
This bitch
know.
wanted to bring a Ouija board. This bitch was like, "Are you down?" And I was like, "Bitch, no, I'm not down." Yes, she went to the
it
Halloween
was a
store,
spirit store, and
and
there
then she
a
was
Ouija
like,
board.
"Bitch, you down?" And she sent me a picture, and I was like, "No, no, absolutely not. We're not inviting nobody."
Well,
into this
Brandy,
house."
it's right here. No, I'm just
I'd
kidding.
be like, "Well."
Let me just pull it out. I
My
remember
dad told me a crazy story about him and a Ouija board.
Your dad?
Yeah.
Dude, did you know that they sell that shit at, well, they used to, Toys R Us?
Yes.
Like, what? Who the fuck is buying that at Toys R Us?
Bro, it's because kids think it's like trendy, but it's like,
It's
bitch.
trendy.
Okay,
Toys R
like,
Us
let me
isn't
tell you
trendy.
my dad's story.
Yeah, go on.
Okay, so he came to America when he was like 15, right? And then he met my brother's mom when they were like 17. And he said that they were in a room or something and they were playing the Ouija. And he said that out of nowhere, like he had just finished like taking his fingers off the little Ouija thingy, and that he instantly became like hot, like his whole body turned hot, and he got really nauseous and felt really sick, and then he started to sweat like profusely. And that my grandma even like talks about it, that he started to like throw up and like get really mad and like start to like
Ew.
rage and shit, and was like sweating, and he was pale, and like all the color had left his body, and he was just like screaming and yelling and like being crazy. And my grandma was like, "Oh my God, Carlos, like, ¿qué te está pasando? Like, oh my God, se está muriendo mi hijo." And then basically my dad thinks he got possessed because he was dead as like acting crazy. He was like, I didn't know what was going on. Like, I was just so full of rage, and like I couldn't control my body, and I was just fucking like hot and sweaty and throwing up and like all this shit. And then he was like, never play with the Ouija, bro. Like, don't play with that shit. Like, don't fuck with it. So I've always been like, X night.
Yeah, because why would you fuck with something that literally opens
Portal.
portal?
Bitch, close it, keep it shut.
Yeah, like, why we gotta open something that, you know? And then
No.
they wonder, why is there a demon here? It's like, bitch, because
Bitch,
you invited him
it.
in. You literally invited him in. You said, "Come in, bitch. Let me serve you some tea." Like,
yeah. Like fucking The Conjuring with the little sisters in England. She played Ouija and got fucking possessed, and then she had a fucking like old man demon in her house.
oh yeah, I like that one.
Yeah, that one was really good.
That was like the origin, kind of, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
That one was really good.
I want to see the Conjuring movie. I haven't seen any in
Let's
a while.
watch it.
Did you like the Annabelle series?
I did. You know which one was really good with Annabelle? The one where it's like a girl and she just had a baby with her man, and she lived in Pasadena, and then she's like
It's the first, like technically the first one that came out, right? It was
Yeah,
not like
like
in the
the
order wise, but it's like the
yeah.
first.
That one was really good. Like Annabelle. That one was really good. And the demon like follows her upstairs and like stares at her.
And that's I think that's the scary thing about it, is that like the doll doesn't even move. Like it's not like it's Chucky, you know? It's like
Fuck
like they
Chucky.
show the demon like carrying it. Like,
yeah, like he's like,
isn't that scary?
that's scary. He's dead as using it as a puppet.
Oh.
That's so freaky. No.
Oh my God.
Nor.
I don't keep any like dolls like that. That's so scary.
Ooh,
Like porcelain dolls, people actually like collect that shit. Like,
You know, like quinceañera dolls that they have their mini me.
oh yeah, I have one. I have
Throw
one,
it
but
away.
it's not a quinceañera doll because I was different. So I went to go get a bell, like you know those from the Disney stores, like
Yeah.
a bell. And then my mom's gay friend like custom made my quince dress,
That's
exactly
cute.
identical. I'll show you a picture when I
Okay.
get home.
No, dude, those dolls always freak me out. And tell me why my mom once, I was taking a nap and she knows I don't fucking like those dolls. And she had one because she was like the madrina of the doll or something for some quince. And we had it in the house, and right before I fell asleep, I was like, ew, like I don't ever want to see this fucking doll ever again. Like she's so scary. Like what the fuck? Like why is it in my house? Blah 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 blah. All dramatic. And then I fell asleep, and tell me why I turn and I'm like facing the other side of the bed, and I'm about to wake up, and I open my eyes, and this doll is right like stood up next to my bed, like with the face peeking over my bed.
Ew.
And I screamed so loud, I was like, ah! And I like grabbed it by the greñas and I threw it out the fucking door.
Oh my God.
I don't know if it broke, but I
As
threw
you
that
should.
shit. I launched it. I was like, don't play with me like that.
Anyways, these were amazing stories.
Yeah.
I feel like we talked a lot.
We did.
Should we give our exit question?
Yes. Okay. So next week we want to talk about conspiracy theories, unsolved mysteries, all of that. So our question is, what are your favorite conspiracy theories, your favorite unsolved mysteries, something that you want to hear us talk about, like and give us your input, like give us information, things that you know maybe that we won't know. Like,
Do you
we just
believe in
wanna know.
aliens?
Yeah, do you believe in aliens?
Tell us if you ever seen like any unexplained things happen to you, like
Yeah.
a UFO or something. Like if you ever think you've been abducted, I want to know.
Oh my god, imagine
I
getting
want to
abducted.
motherfucking know. You know, I love the X-Files. Oh my God, look at Doomy. Ow, Doomy! You're literally standing on me. Stop! Ow! This is your real life duende right here.
This is like
Motherfucking
fucking
Doomy.
troll.
Doomy the duende. Look at
Oh,
her. Ew, que fea.
she looked like a monkey.
She's like, Mom, hurry the fuck up.
All right.
But yes,
Yeah.
we'll see you next week.
Bye.
Bye.